It's one of the matchups that we look forward to every year. We wouldn't miss it here at the James C. Ashley Gymnasium as the Bishop Connolly Cougars come to visit the Diman Bengals for the second game in this season series in 2020. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the broadcast, joined by former Connolly player and coach Matt Kurt today. Welcome to the broadcast, Matt.
Thanks, Evan. Appreciate it. It's great to be here. Should be a good game tonight between inter-city rivals, and we'll see what comes out on top.
Well, Bishop Connolly's been really strong this year. Already 10 wins. They've qualified for the tournament. But we were talking pre-game here that they've hit a little bit of a speed bump over this last week, but looking to turn it around tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of live and die by their run and jump press defense. They took 35 threes in that loss to Holbrook, only made 5. Only went to the foul line 9 times. So when you live and die by the three-point shot like that, and then it's not going in, you're going to allow teams like a Diman, who hasn't won many games this year, especially at home, kind of life. So we'll see how they kind of bounce back from a loss like that.
You mentioned Diman, this year their record doesn't show how well they've played. And you told me that whenever you'd come here, regardless of records, it was always a challenge. It's a tough environment to play in.
Yeah, small gym. They usually pack it pretty well because of the size of the gym. One thing I've noticed this year, the few times I've seen Diman, is it's a young team. A lot of them played under Coach Librera as freshmen when he was the freshman coach, and he's kind of carried that over to his first season as varsity coach. They're playing extremely hard. You would never know that their record is what it is based on what you see on the court. So that's a scary kind of proposition for the Connolly, playing how they played the last couple of weeks. They're going to have to be focused. Diman's going to want this, especially being, 2 city schools in Fall River. So I do not think this is going to be as easy as it looks on paper.
Well, we were here for last year's matchup. Diman led by 10 in the fourth, and Connolly hung 28 points on the board after that. What will 2020 bring? Well, Matt and I are going to put the headsets on. Stick around after this break. Tip-off right around the corner.
Honor, courage, sacrifice, pride. Our city. Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring our nation's soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen. Vietnam veterans took the initiative to secure rights to an 80% size replica of the Healing Wall for Veterans Bicentennial Park. The names of over 58,000 fallen heroes will be engraved on the 360-foot long replica wall. 100% of the money raised benefits the building of our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Fall River. Help build our wall, which is scheduled to open in 2020. The meaning, the spirit, and the value of the wall is everyone's. Be part of this exceptional, once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, please visit vietnammemorialwall.org or connect with us at facebook.com.
Welcome back to the James C. Ashley Gymnasium. Evan Massoud and Matt Kurt with you for Mayflower League basketball. Bishop Connolly visiting the Diman Bengals tonight here on this Monday in February the 3rd, as we kick off the month. Matt, why don't you take the starters for the Cougars for us?
We got number 1, John Rigo, his twin brother, number 3, Peter Rigo, 24, A.J. Souza, number 11, Matt Myron, and number 21, Wes Brown.
Okay, and for the home team Bengals, number 1, Kyle Linares, number 2, Jaden Massey, number 5, Ryan Viveris, number 21, Justin Leduc, and number 25, C.J. Bembury. That's the Cougars led by Billy Shea. And for Diman, first-year varsity head coach Tom Librera. But Coach Librera, no stranger to Diman, much like Joe DeCruz over at Durfee. It's a freshman coach now getting a crack at varsity here, as Nick Santos did not return. Starting off with a corner 3, going to be long and a foul underneath. Viveris put that up in the corner.
That could be a problem for Ledoux. He has a tendency to kind of be overzealous on the offensive glass. He's an athletic kid. And right off the bat, it's a bad sign getting overly physical early, 7:30 left in the first quarter. Not a good sign.
And we got to see Connolly once already this season when they came to Durfee back in December before Christmas break. Durfee won that one 70-57, but that also, the score, not a good indication of, really how the game was played. It was only a 6-point game after 3, 47-41 Durfee. Hilltoppers closed out. That's probably one of their best games in terms of closing out all season long.
It's definitely interesting that you mentioned that one because, like this, as I said in the pregame, you don't want to look too far ahead. I definitely know, and I'm definitely feeling that Connolly, not only with games like West Bridgewater in their league and wanting to close out their league, they had a nice win against Westport the other night. But they also have the other Durfee game marked on their schedule at home.
Right.
So you can't look at the pass a game like this, which is also, inner city rival.
I know it's easy to, I think the biggest, with September, when we go back to school, the first thing is, okay, when's Thanksgiving and where is it going to be? Because everybody just gravitates to Durfee, New Bedford, but you forget that there's 10 games before that game is played. So you got to take it 1 week at a time. Ooh.
Yeah.
Tough collision right across center court, and it'll be the Bengals' second foul, first one for Massey.
It was the right idea by Massey, but all he had to do was kind of just set his feet and take it in the chest. Instead, he leaned, kind of going in for the steal, and that collision caused the block.
.90 seconds gone, still scoreless. Big block down below from Leduc as Myron was making his way to the basket.
Leduc and Bembry's going to make it difficult for them to get what they want inside. That's where I'm thinking the Cougars are going to shoot still a lot of threes, even though they didn't shoot well the other night. And there's one.
And it's no good. Leduc with the rebound. Boy, what height will do for you underneath. Lanier's taking it back. No good there either, so Brown taking it. Big pass across the court to Souza. He can't lay it up. Had a pretty good look at it, too. So 2 minutes scoreless.
That's one that Billy Shea wants right there. You see his reaction. He's like, that's one that, he feels that they need to finish.
Yeah, you can tell, we've seen, Coach, of course, you played for him, but
yeah.
When he gets that little pace going on the sideline, when he starts to get intense.
People sometimes mistaken it to, he thinks this should have been a foul. No, he thinks that should have been a finish.
Right, right. Three ball. Good.
That's Viveris right there, catch and shoot. He can extend out to NBA range, that kid. So
the layup and the three in about 20 seconds time, and Diamond up to the 5-0 lead. Cougars going from three-point land again. This one good for Brown. So there's an answer for the Cougars. Kind of a different look here at Diamond. Typically, good pass underneath, but unable to finish it there was Bembury. Typically, we're actually across the way, just up above the home bench. Those bleachers a little lower, and they really kind of shift. And then not to mention, we're literally, right behind the bench there. So not that the coaches have ever complained. Yeah. They always love when we're here, but kind of a different look tonight.
Good offensive rebound there by Bembury. Just brought it down. Another jump ball initiated.
Possession arrow going Diamond's way, so works out well for them. They're trying to get it in. They find Bembury. And it'll be Cougars ball.
Kind of a helter-skelter first 3.5 minutes here. A couple jump balls, a couple turnovers.
Myron kicked it out. Again, passing around the perimeter. This is for three. That's good from Rigo. So 2 baskets from downtown for the Cougars. And they've taken a lead. Oh, is he on the line? They only gave him 2.
I mean, it looked like a 3 to us, but then again, we're far away and we're low. So,
yeah.
I mean,
the Brown was a 3.
Brown was a 3.
Yeah, so Rigo only got the 2. So we're tied, 5-5. That one coming back, picked up by Leduc, loose ball. And a jump ball.
Another jump.
It'll go Conley's way, but that's the right move. You don't want to try to get up and chance a
Yes.
chance to travel.
No.
You take that 50-50. You hope
take
that
the
it's still
50-50.
pointing your way.
Too early in the game. You don't want to blow a timeout right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Checking in here, number 35, Yanuel Montanez.
Another one of these young kids that Diamond has coming up. Kind of gets after it.
Bit of a press for the Bengals defense, but opens up the lane
That's
for
great D by
Rigo.
Bembry. Didn't foul. That was good defense.
Taken back. Cougars have some numbers. Rigo going to try it this time, and he cashes in.
Good dish by Souza.
So after the 5-0 lead for the Bengals, a 7-0 run for the Cougars over these last 2 minutes. Another cross-court pass. Handed off to Myron, couldn't hold on to it. Now breaking in is Brown, and he'll be taking 2 shots on Diamond's 3rd foul of this first quarter. That's going to be on Viveras.
This up and down pace is what Connolly wants. They want to go up and down. They want to get as many shots as possible up, and they want to get to the foul line. So they want to get, right now, Diamond 3 team fouls, Connolly 0. That's right in Connolly's favor.
Right.
He asked Coach Shea, what is he looking for in terms of keys? How many shot attempts are we taking? Notice he didn't say how many made shots, shot attempts.
Right. 1 for 2 at the line for Brown. Underneath to Bembury.
Blocked by Souza.
Wow, what a great block. Myron going the other way. Contested shot, no good. Tell you though, Diamond's keeping right with him. We're going back and forth here like a tennis match, seriously.
Yeah.
High-paced game early on.
Diamond's doing a great job on the offensive glass, which I'm not surprised by with LeDuc and Bembry. Bembry's great on the offensive glass. Another tip.
This one taken by Brown. Another cross-court pass. Myron waiting there. LeDuc.
Another one on Viveras.
Oh, excuse me, Viveras. Yes, Viveras with his 2nd straight foul. And it'll be Diamond's 4th, and 2 more shots for the Cougars. Myron will head to the line for the first time. So the last time our Fred TV viewers saw you, you were assisting Jamison Guimond at Durfee. What have you been up to since?
It's funny, I'm now officiating games both at the high school level and women's college level. So now all the referees that I used to be screaming at, I'm now working with, which is kind of unique. It definitely gives a different perspective.
I'm sure it does.
You know? And when I start looking back at all the old films, I realize some of the times I was completely ridiculous and wrong.
It's that heat of the moment thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, I always said, you know, when you were coaching at Connolly, you were so high energy on the sidelines. I always said that, you know, the Cougar Den was just bonus. You were the 6th man for that team. Seriously, I think they matched your energy on the sidelines, and that's what made that group so tough.
A shot.
That is a nice shot.
Kevin Garnett pick and pop right there, old school.
Yep. That breaks up a 9-0 run for the Cougars. Do you miss the coaching, Matt?
I do a little bit. This time of year I do. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, that group of kids that I had when I was there that, honestly, Billy left me with when they were around, kind of like Tommy Librero right now. These kids are mostly sophomores that he's trying to build up. But, like, you know, Tommy Keys, Jack Santoro, John Gonzalo, and obviously Conrad was a freshman, Conrad Bradbury, and then Dylan Holland came in.
That's right, Dylan came in.
I mean, it was a load of kids. And then you throw in role guys like Alex Medeiros and Mike Sullivan.
Brian Quinn,
obviously. He played a huge role in our state title run. These were kids that obviously they played together growing up, and then they just kind of bought into my system, because my system was a little bit different than Billy's. I mean, you know, my philosophy, some of my philosophy was similar to his, but both him and my college coach and my own kind of stuff I stole from other people.
Well, and I think that would be I think that they would expect that as student athletes too. No two coaches are going to be the same. You might take what you've learned from Billy and, like you said, college coaches, but to expect that it would be, the exact same thing, no. That's a lot to ask of a coach.
Definitely a unique group, though. They kind of really rallied around each other, bought into what I was doing, I could rely on really strong leadership, and nobody, no team wins state championships without good, strong leadership. I don't care who the coach is.
No, absolutely. I mean, that was my first winter season. So, talk about, coming right into things.
Yeah.
It was very exciting. I had seen some state titles. I interned at WPRI in East Providence in college. So, and it was during the winter. So, they covered all the championship games. I spent one afternoon at
CCRI.
CCRI, yeah, literally like the whole day.
Yeah.
Just getting highlights of each game, waiting for the final, and then getting sound. So I got to see it. So, when you consider there's 3 high schools in only Fall River, and, that's all we cover, to see it here was just really, that was very special. And, Tommy had the 1,000 points. I've seen at least a half dozen 1,000-point scorers now since then, too. It's like, winter sports have been very, very good to Fall River over these last, 6 or 7 seasons since I've been doing this.
Yeah.
But this year, it's kind of, aside from Connolly, really, it's been a struggle for the 6 basketball teams in the city.
What made those 2 years really special was seeing like Diamond people and Durfee people, former Durfee players and Diamond players coming together and seeing our run. It wasn't just Connolly people.
No, it was
the whole city coming together, and then it made you realize that basketball is like still important, around here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a long 3, and it's going to be short and wide to the left. 7 seconds left. That's thrown away. Now 4 seconds.
Bembry's been everywhere this first quarter.
Going to let it fly off the top of the glass. I'll tell you, Connolly went on a 9-0 run here in the first quarter. Diamond ends up coming back, and they go on a 7-0 run to end it, and they lead here 12-9 after 8 minutes. That's not a bad first quarter for the Bengals.
No. Especially with the foul trouble they got in early to kind of claw back.
Right.
They dominated the glass.
Yeah, it really did. And Bembury said he's been everywhere. He's got 3 baskets underneath. So he's got 6 points. Viveris with 6. So they're the lone scorers for Diamond.
And with Benbury, it's not even just the offensive rebounds. It's the block shots. It's deflections. You know what I mean? When Connolly's looking to head the ball up the court on transition, he's deflecting it around half court, keeping plays alive. Ledoux's active underneath. So between Leduc and Benbury, they're causing Connolly problems, which I'm not surprised by. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to put enough good offensive possessions together to score? Because at any moment, Connolly could put a 25, 30-point quarter together.
Right.
Never mind a half.
We saw it last year.
Yeah.
We saw it last year. I think Cooper Creek had like 4 3-pointers in that fourth quarter last year. It was really just
And I don't think we mentioned
amazing.
it in pregame. This Connolly team's different because they don't go through a Cooper Creek. These all 5 kids can score double digits.
Right.
Like 12 a game. So you don't need to rely on one kid.
And they're definitely more balanced than last year. And that's, not to take anything away. Most of these kids are back from last year. Good core group of them. The Rigo brothers, Myron, of course. But yeah, you get a kid like Cooper Creek who's just, huge. Of course, you're gonna look to him. He can hit threes and he can make shots from downtown. How's the 3 there? Viveris again. He's got 9
Catch
points.
And shoot kid right there. I told you, streaky shooter. But when they're going, he can hit them from deep.
Largest lead of the night for either side, 6 points, 15-9. And Diamond going to take it back again. They've given Viveris room. He's going to take the shots. That one wide to the right.
We may want to find him.
Leduc got the rebound and then lost it. Tipped. Oh, going down here.
Leduc is determined. Good pass. Hit it.
Off the front of the rim and skipped off for Montanez. Still in there for Linares. Has not returned since
that was
subbing
good.
out.
That was a good play. Skip out, another quick pass reversal, wide open 3, top of the key.
Oh, that one in and out for Rigo.
Those are kind of good plays I root for, not these maniacal drives to the basket where it's like, what do we do? And then we look for a foul. You know what I mean? That's a Greg Sullivan phrase, maniacal drives to the basket.
Oh, that one doesn't go either, and I think Rigo wanted a foul there. He kind of looked back for a second. Montanez can't get that to go.
What?
Oh, that was a bad.
You never want to outlet it to the middle of the court.
No. Loose ball. And it's DeFaria. Nice spin move in the paint, and he's going to draw the foul as well. Basket good for Peter Rigo, and he'll take a shot as well. Diamond's 5th foul. Myron with 2 fouls in that first quarter. 3 total for Bishop Connolly, and it's already Viveras' 3rd foul. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
He's going to be coming out, I would suspect. Yep. So that's going to be a big presence that Bengals are going to miss here. 5:57 to play here in the half, so just over 2 minutes gone in the second. And I would imagine he's going to sit out for quite a few minutes here. Possibly even the rest of the half. You don't want to lose him like before the 3rd.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Tommy Libera did play for Billy Shea, so there is a school of thought like, you know, if this gets out of hand, you know, like that.
So, yeah, stolen. Brown storming in, gets it to fall.
You're not going to lose the game with Viveras on the bench.
No.
So at some point, you know,
we'll
see how it goes.
There's a fine line.
Yes.
Bad pass. Cougars with a chance to take the lead.
Bembry, another rebound.
Montanez trying to get through here. The Cougars defense playing up a little bit. Lets it fly, and it's off the glass. He gets it back. He got his own rebound, and then it was stolen out of the air, picked by Brown. Yeah, that was almost a bad pass as well. A lot of hands and arms flying around here. Montanez with the basket, his first. It's Bobby Sorzer, number 13. He's the one who checked in for Viveras.
That's a nice
move. Beautiful take for Souza. 1 point game, 17-16. Kicking it out to Soares. No good.
Good outlet.
DeFaria with a little jumper and skip off the glass.
There's no one underneath the basket. You know what I mean? We need to reverse that and get back into an offense.
Yeah, the other 4 Connolly Cougars kind of hanging back.
Yeah.
No one to help out. Leduc goes for 3. It's long. Basket good and the foul.
Foul on Bembry.
That puts the Cougars back in front. Souza with the basket. He'll take the foul shot. Diamond picking up number 6. And as you said, Bembury's first. But the Bengals just 1 away from putting Connolly into bonus shots.
Souza's had a nice little 2-minute stretch here.
This is the and 1, but the rebound for Brown. Connolly will keep it. Going for 3, and it's good. Myron with the long ball. That's the second one of the night for Bishop Connolly. They're back up now. 4-point lead for the Cougars. Been streaky for both sides here in the first half. That looks good.
Wow.
It is good.
Bembry.
Kid's got 9 points.
He's been the one consistent on each side, you know. Myron's had a pretty consistent season, but I haven't heard much from him today yet, except for that 3. I was going to say there had to be a foul.
Yeah, a lot of contact. That'll be number 7 for the Bengals. And it'll be the second for Leduc. John Rigo will take 2. Yeah, Bembury with 6 points underneath, 3 baskets. And then the long ball right there here in the second quarter. So up to 9, matching Viveras. Oh, that one rolls off. See the cheerleaders walking in. Diamond's cheerleaders going to nationals. And we'll see our first timeout here. I think it was called by Coach Shea.
Connolly, yes.
So 22-21, the first free throw missed by Rigo. We go into the timeout. We were saying we don't like to look too far ahead, but really, Connolly playing Durfee and Diamond twice this season. And we mentioned that the Durfee game coming up. For Diamond, they're doing senior night tonight because they're going to go on the road after tonight for 3 games. Then they'll come home during February vacation for one final game against Fairhaven. But this is their next to last home game, so they're not going to be home much the rest of the season.
Makes sense to do the senior night with Connolly and coming in, and get a decent crowd.
Well, you know what, too? So many people travel at,
Exactly.
winter break. Not to say the kids necessarily will because they're going to be playing, but you wouldn't get probably this kind of a crowd. This place is about as full as you can get.
Exactly.
Now, for Connolly, they're on the road tonight. They don't have a lot of home games either, actually, really looking at it. They finished the season against Durfee.
Yep.
But tonight, they go home Wednesday against Avon, then the road for 2. Then they're home against Sacred Heart next Wednesday, then 3 road games. So they were very heavy on the home schedule early as well. So they'll have to do it on the road. Try to get one of those higher seeds and hopefully a home game in the tournament. Both free throws missing for Rigo. It was his first trip to the line. Not many free throws tonight for either side.
No, the refs have definitely allowed both teams to play, but it's been consistent both ways, so that's...
Yeah, it hasn't gotten out of hand, that's for sure.
I mean, even with the 7-3 difference in team fouls, I feel like it's been consistent both ways.
Yeah. Brown, that was a good lane he found there right down in the paint. Now he's up to 8 points. 4 in the first, 4 here in the second. Bembury.
You can tell in his face he just feels confident.
Stepping up big time with Viveris on the bench. 5 points for him since Viveris took a seat, and now a foul on Linares, his first, Diamond's 8th.
That's the sign of a young team. They're ahead by 1. You have the opponent dribbling toward their back court, and then we inexplicably reach in.
Yeah.
And now they're in the 1-and-1.
Yeah.
With a good foul shooter going to the foul.
Yeah, DeFari at the line. Well, he misses the first, though. So no second shot.
It's 3 in a row for Connolly missing the
Yep.
foul line. Can't have it.
Angus Benowan, number 3, checked in for Linares after the foul. And he's going to get the feed in the corner. He'll take the 3. Just a little long. We had a good look at it. Plenty of time to shoot. He went baseline and faked everybody out. Errant pass goes to the Bengals bench, and it will be Diamond ball.
Coach A not happy. Those are the kind of turnovers, self-inflicted.
Right.
He's just not going to be pleased at halftime. I've been in those half times.
Yeah. Stolen by Souza to the basket, and he is fouled. The shot does not go. And Montanez goes sliding down to the padding on the wall, and he's going to pick up the 9th foul of the half for Diamond.
Good job by Montanez. At first, I thought it was going to be an intentional foul, but he ended up going up for the ball and ended up being a clean personal.
First one good for Souza. That's his first make.
One thing I find at the high school level is sometimes these kids don't know how to harness their own energy, and they don't know how to, when they want to foul, don't know how to foul the correct way.
Right. 25-21. Cougars continue to lead here. And again, the defense playing up a little bit. Not a full court press, but a tighter man. Bembury gets it back now. Double coverage here, trying to free up. And is it stolen? It is. Great job going up the ladder. Rigo cutting it off.
3 from Myron.
No good, and it will be Diamond ball.
Bembury helping out with the call there.
Yeah. The player interaction with the officials is always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you mentioned how young this team is, getting them kind of rebuilding a little bit, Diamond is, and, it kind of makes me think of Durfee's football team, it's kind of the same deal. And your core group when you guys won it in 2013, again, the same deal. The kids on Durfee's football team, many of whom are playing, 3 of those starters who are playing as starters for basketball right now. They've been playing football since they went to nationals for Pop Warner, 6 years ago when they were in middle school. So, they know football, they know the game, they know each other.
Yep.
Now it's about pulling it together at a varsity level in high school,
Yes.
It's the same type of thing, and that's going to skip out of bounds, but Diman will have it.
Yeah, Holly's a very good football player, right?
Yeah, Holly, Jay Hall just had 1,000 yards in his sophomore season. And Jaden Lewis, another one.
Jaden Lewis,
Ben Berry again. So those 3 guys are starting like every night for Coach DeCruz. And while they might not have the height, the speed is just ridiculous. When you're coming off a football field and you're coming on a little basketball court, they're so fast. It's unreal.
I was talking to Coach Bowen actually this past week at Brockton.
Yep.
And he was mentioning how impressed he was with Javon Holly.
Yeah, Holly really is. Holly's a special player. I had Brendan Kelly on last Friday for that game, and corner 3, no good. And he was saying, if Holly stays healthy, he's one of those. He could be the next male 1,000 point scorer. Benbury's going to get another look at a 3, and it's going to be wide to the right. But he brings up a good point because we haven't had a male 1,000 point scorer since, I think he said 2005. It's been 15 years. We've had all women. How about that 3 ball from Rigo? Pretty deep for John.
So Jamal Johnson, 2005?
Yeah, that's who it was, Jamal. Yeah. Name escaped me for a moment, but he did it in 2005, and I do remember it because they were talking. I was still in school. I was there, and I remember them talking about the milestone and stuff. But since then, it's been all girls. I want to say 4. The Fiola sisters,
Camara,
and Brianna Camara, and then Shaylin Carrero 2 years ago.
Yes.
So, it's time to get one of the boys back up on
Beth Plasky had to be around Jamal Johnson.
Beth,
too.
yeah, Beth as well. That's right. Nice feed underneath. Got tripped up. Ball came flying out. Diman will have it. That's a bad pass from the court, but there's only so much you can do. What a great block as well. And now Benbury with the basket and the foul.
That was a much-needed and 1 for Diman before the half because they had been stuck on 23 for a long period of time. Billy Shea mildly incensed.
I put it mildly.
Yeah,
he did not like that call.
We didn't get the single foot stomp but double foot stomp. It's only second quarter.
Benbury with the basket, and then the and 1 for the foul. Got to let it go. It does go, and it's off the rim for Myron. What a first half for Benbury. Let's see here. 10, 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, 16 points
16
for Benbury.
26.
That's outstanding. But Connolly, though, with a nice resurgence in the second quarter. They're up 30-26 here at halftime. A close game, only a 2-possession game. We kind of expected this, as you said, in the open, that this is a tough environment to play in, and it's always a tight game. So we will step aside for halftime. Matt and I will be back with the third quarter on Fred TV. Don't change that channel.
Maurice, check. Rosalie. It's critical that your child is in school every day. Our teachers care about your children. I care about your children. Equally, we know that you care about your children. We know that when students are in school, it opens the door to college and career in ways unmeasurable. Look, I know sometimes it's hard to get to school, but you gotta be here every day. As a parent, if you need help, we wanna help you. These guys are the best. Our teachers do an amazing job building relationships. Look at the work that they produce. School is fun, school is cool. We need you here every single day. Gotta be here every day.
Keep this brief. We really want to acknowledge, we only have 2 seniors basketball team, and you know, it hasn't been easy for them. We have a very young team, and these guys have been role models the whole year. You know, their work ethic, you know, their commitment to the team has been extraordinary. You know, I told them, I've been on a lot of teams in my life, some good, some bad, some championship teams, some not. But I'll tell you this, you know, sometimes you coach a team that's very, very good, and you don't really have the leadership or the qualities you want in athletes. This team has struggled a little bit. You know, we're getting better, we're young, it's my first year. We're really working hard. But these two guys have been absolute warriors. They come to work every day. They work hard, and they lead by example. So I'm really, really proud of the effort they gave us. And I can't say enough about our two captains, Justin Ledoux and Ryan Viveras. So, before I call their parents out and to embarrass them, we're going to acknowledge our great table. It's been awesome all year. We have one of the best tables in the league. Our trainer, Steph, our athletic director, Mike O'Brien, the cheerleaders for cheering for us. And they're going to nationals this weekend. They're going to be on ESPN. And Bishop Connolly for being patient and waiting for this. And some of you may know this, I'm a Bishop Connolly alum. And I played for Coach Shea, but I won't say how old he is. So first, I'd like to call out the parents of Ryan Viveras, please. And can we have the parents of Justin Ledoux? Mom, stay here. We're going to take a couple photos.
Nice shot, Justin!
Okay, and now for our cheerleaders.
I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge one of cheerleaders, seniors, and I'll try to keep it short and sweet so that I don't get emotional, because I love this athlete a lot. He comes to practice, he's motivated, he makes goals for himself, and he accomplishes it. He's one of the biggest reasons that we're going to nationals this year. He's leaving us to go to nursing school, and his patients in the profession will be very lucky to have him. Anthony.
And last but not least, Mr. O'Brien was nice enough to get some extra flowers. So I want to thank my wife for putting up with me first year as a wife of a head coach. I'm never home. You know, you guys warned me about it. I'm out scouting. I'm watching film late at night, putting the work in. She's been exceptionally patient. I love her very much. If she can come down, we'll give her some flowers. Come on. And those are for Ashley. I met cheerleading for her. All right, let's play ball.
Come on, East. Check. Rosalie.
In our city and nationwide,
there is a unified effort to communicate to parents the necessity of school attendance.
I always make sure I bring my daughter to school because it's very important for me and for her future.
School matters. Make their education a priority.
Be here to get there.
We're back in the James T. Ashley Gymnasium for Boys Hoop Mayflower League action. Connolly versus Diman, and really good first half. Evan Massoud and Matt Kurt with you. And Matt, you know, we said Connolly can really start to go off if they find a rhythm, and in that second quarter, 21 points. They lead by 4 as we head into the third. What's it going to take for Diman, who's really played a very competitive, tough game? What's going to take for them to try to grab that win and, you know, really storm back and contain the Cougars in the second half?
Well, you notice they had 12 points in the first, 14 in the second. They're going to need to get a 20-point quarter, and they're going to need to keep Connolly around that 14-15 mark. You know what I mean? They can't let Connolly go for 25. They're not going to be able to they can't make this a shootout.
No.
So they're going to need to try to keep Connolly around the 14-point mark or below. That'd be nice for them. And they need to get some sort of 20-point output in one of these quarters, and then they have a chance.
Rigo starts with points. John Rigo for the Cougars. Interesting to note, Viveris is out there to start this third. Kind of figured he would be, especially after sitting out really the final 6 minutes of that second quarter. And he does go for 3. It's a long 3. The rebound went to Leduc. He couldn't put it up, so missed opportunity for Diman. Pull up 3 here, and it's going to be short. Ends up going back to Rigo. Can't get it to go on the second chance, so he too with a missed opportunity. Massey getting to Leduc. Leduc going to the basket. Puts it in off the glass, and that's his first basket of the night.
Great opportunity for a charge. Weak defense. Just kind of let him go. They were in great position.
Down to the corner to Brown.
Good pass.
That's a great pass.
Lost
but
it.
Souza couldn't put it up. Souza had 8 points in that second. That was a very strong second quarter for him. Stolen pass by Myron.
Another
nice
good pass.
Feed. Yeah, beautiful. That's going to be long as well.
It's good offense. I mean, nothing you can really do about that. It's the right play.
He got open to make the shot, so that's the first step, right? Oh, it falls off the rim, and now a whistle after the ball came off the basket. Linares getting the bad news. Can't believe it. So first foul for Diman here in this second half, and heading to the line will be Souza. Souza is 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Oh boy, another miss.
Connolly's had 12 free throws so far, only 5 makes. Now 6 for 13. For Diman, talk about small sample size. 1 trip for Viveris and then an and 1 for Bembury. That's it. Yeah. 2 for 3 at the line. But Connolly didn't have a lot of fouls in that first half either, so just 5 total.
Whoa.
Yeah, just a couple extra steps there for Leduc, huh? Forget traveling, he went on a trip. Seriously. They find him again underneath, and he'll kiss it off the glass again.
We're all on the same team now, but I want to know when Billy Shea got rid of the tie. Like, what year was that?
That's a good question, because I got to tell you, I can't.
Since when is he casual?
I don't really remember him having a tie since he's come back. Or maybe for playoffs there were a couple games, I think. But these last couple years, I don't really remember seeing him with a tie.
I mean, I'm not one to talk. Mine was usually off within 6 minutes. But
I was just going to say, I said within the first 4 minutes of that first quarter, it was already loose, and then by the end of the first quarter, it was on the floor on your chair.
Yeah, because of calls like that travel.
Or non-calls.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Blown layups.
Leduc trying for it again, no good. Didn't get his, he was kind of almost under the glass, like behind the basket. Didn't get a great look at it that time. Back out to Brown, now all the way around the other side to Myron. And Massey, I believe, gonna get tagged with the foul. That's his second. Had one back in the first. Second for the team. And an inbound pass from Myron. Those floating passes are always heart stoppers. A foul on the 3 ball is gonna put Myron at the line for 3 shots. And it's Leduc picking up his 3rd foul. He's had one in each quarter. Myron 1 for 2 at the line. These are some big shots right now. 5-point game. That one dribbles out.
These rims here at Diamond are not exactly as forgiving as the ones at Connolly.
We saw a few of those last Friday at Durfee too. You know, Brockton, of course, you know, shooting 3s left and right.
Well, even Durfee. Durfee has much more forgiving rims in terms of bounces. These are some tight rims here.
Third shot for Myron. Good adjustment, nothing but net on the last 2. And that first one could have gone.
Yes.
So 2 for 3, makes it a 7-point game.
This is a key point. 4:45 left in the third, down 7. They got to get something going.
Montanez.
Yeah, good timeout.
Yeah, I was gonna say he really was trapped. Half of the shot clock gone, so just enough time for Coach Librera to draw something up.
Plenty of time, 15 on the shot clock.
You know, in college and pro, there's obviously, there's media timeouts, of course, too, at certain increments. But taking that mindset when you were a coach, were there certain points in the game where you kind of looked at the clock and said, all right, now we got to do X, Y, Z at this time versus others, or did you kind of just see how it went, see the situation?
Well, yeah, it's situational, based on feel. If I wanted to end a run, or if I felt like, we weren't playing our best, especially in the first half. I didn't want to take many in the first half, but if things were getting out of hand, I was quick to take one. I always told my kids at halftime, I do not want to take the first one in the second half. Now, a situation like that's different.
Right.
In terms of, it's 4:40. I mean, did they even take one in the first half?
No, I don't think they did.
Yeah.
No, because Coach Shea did. He took one in the second quarter.
He has 5 and he has 4 still at his disposal. So, I mean, that's different. I'm talking about trying to break a run, that sort of thing. I didn't want to be the first one to take one.
Right.
That was kind of our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I always would have liked to have at least 2
coming towards
us.
At
least 2 for the last minute and a half.
Right.
Preferably last minute.
Right.
How I use that first 3.
Mm-hmm.
How the game is going. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, especially if you're losing, I never, or even winning to an extent, depending on the game's going. I don't want to leave any timeouts on the table.
Sure. Massey went for the 3, no good. Viveris gets the rebound, and Bembury fading away. Can't put it up, though. The rebound kicks back out to Massey. Who's got it now? Leduc's got it, but he throws it away as he was falling outside. Cross-court pass by Rigo. Wow. Brown almost went outside. The door opened, and now he's back there to put in the basket. That was pretty wild right there.
Coach Librera wanted a foul there. He's getting frustrated.
It's a 9-point lead for the Cougars, largest for either side tonight. Just 4 points in this third quarter for Diamond. Both were Leduc's layups.
The possession before this last one that Diamond had is kind of a testament to how their season's going. 3 offensive rebounds they had. Didn't get anything out of it.
Right.
And if you notice, the adjustment Connolly made this half, they've taken their pressure, and instead of going full court, they're going half court. So they're shrinking the court, and they're making it even harder for Diamond to get anything going.
Myron's second from downtown. He's having a nice third quarter, 7 points in this third quarter, 11 for the game. And so now he's the game high, or team high.
Dribble.
Team high for Connolly.
So Connolly's starting full court, but it's token pressure. It's fake pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They're lulling them up the court, and where they really want to trap is when they get over half.
Right.
Because in the first half, they were creating space, and Diman was able to get it over the top, and they were keeping it close.
No, you can certainly tell that there's been adjustments made at halftime, because the Cougars defense really has buttoned things up quite a bit.
Another foul, fourth on Viveris.
Fourth for the team, fourth on Viveris. And
tough for him. After making a couple of those threes, he really hasn't gotten into any rhythm. He's been in foul trouble really from the get-go.
Yeah, 9 total points, but that was only in the first 10 minutes of game time. And you got to think that having to sit for basically 6 minutes doesn't help you, obviously, especially after you warmed up, you played the first quarter, and now he's going to take a seat again. So Myron hit the first. And the second. 4 consecutive free throws made for him. 5 for 7 on the night. He's padding the statistics from free throw land.
Yep.
Kicking it out to Leduc. Back to Massey. And it seems like, again, the Cougars just double teaming whoever's got the ball, and another turnover forced thanks to that smothering defense. Myron puts it in, and he's going off here in this third quarter. Now a 16-point Cougars lead. You have to think there's going to be a timeout coming any second, as Coach Librera just put his head in his hands on this last turnover.
Well, this is what they're panicking, and they're trying to dribble through traps, and they're not getting into correct positions.
Yeah, Myron again, and it's the timeout. And to give you the idea, again, just Myron alone, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 points in less than 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That right there tells you the story. That's pretty impressive. So 18-4, the Cougars outscoring Diman here in this third, really putting it away early here. Now, we saw that last year with Diman, and Connolly came right back and ended up taking it, but 18-point lead with 10 minutes of game time going to be really hard to overcome if you're Diman.
I mean, you're going to need Connolly to turn the ball like they were in the first half. You're going to need them to take ill-advised shots. And the problem Diman's going to have is you have experienced kids on the Connolly sideline. Right. Whereas it's the opposite on the Diman sideline.
And that's the thing, is they're not committing those turnovers. They're forcing them, Connolly is. So that's one of the big changes here. They're protecting the ball, and they're making shots, They're making the shots right now when they need to.
Diman, like they have all season, started this game playing off of raw energy, pure emotion. The Bembry kid proved that, as he did in the first half.
Right.
Keeping balls alive, offensive glass, whereas Connolly was kind of making uncharacteristic mistakes, but then they kind of buckled down and made adjustments. Whereas Diman, not to really Coach Librera's fault or any of the kids' fault, it's inexperience. They're kind of still doing the same things they were doing in the first half.
Right. And Bembury, interesting to note, 16 first half points for him. That was almost thrown away on the inbound. The Duke to the basket. That's good for 2. He's got 6 points all coming here in this third. But Bembury, 16 first half points, 0 here in the third through 6 minutes. So, they've really kind of shut him down. He hasn't really had any looks at all. Bobby Soares and Ezra Cody into the game right now, number 13 and number 12. And I think one of them is going to pick up a foul right now.
That was good offense. Wes Brown had number 12, Ezra Cody, in the post. That's a mismatch. I mean, Brown's a pretty strong kid. Cody's a guard, and he had him pretty sealed.
And Cody just into the game, so again, picking it up right away. Free throw is good for Brown. He had one other trip back in the first. He was 1 for 2. And if he makes this one here, give Connolly 50 points, he will. 3 for 4 at the line for him, 12 points on the night.
That's a Wes Brown type of game this year. He's pretty much a 12-point-a-game kid. Plays good defense, gets rebounds.
stolen by Souza to the basket. Good. Pass was intended for Massey, and Souza just put the pedal down, cut it off, and he was gone. Another bad pass. Leduc can't keep it, and I think Brown actually, or Souza rather, might have.
Against zone pressure, you can't throw chest passes down the middle of the court. No. You're going to ask for problems.
Right. That's Connolly's first foul of this second half, and it was on the floor, so no shots. It was on Souza, his first. Myron going to take a seat. Maybe extended break here, end of the third, and then the minute break in between quarters. That was a miss from Cody, I believe, in the corner. 90 seconds to play in the third. That one kicking out, and Leduc is there. Cuts back inside, weaving through traffic, and he's going to take 2 shots. The only Bengal with points here in this third.
And besides Viveris with his threes in the first quarter, Bembry had the 3 kind of in front of us. But other than that, they really have not been able to hit any kind of key 3 to break a run.
Right.
That I can think of.
And you know what doesn't help either? You're down 20. You got the free throws, and Leduc just missed the first. It's his first trip to the line. He hasn't taken any shots yet.
No.
Does hit the second one, but you need every single point you can get right now.
And the thing is, this Connolly zone pressure, token pressure they're doing, it's like a 1-2-2 run and jump. When they are getting a shot at the basket, they're eating clock. You know what I mean? It's like, if they are getting a shot off, it's less than like 12 seconds on the shot clock, so it's eating time.
Right there, another prime example of it. Another big shot from Souza. Massey to the corner. Leduc with plenty of time. It's going to be very long. Put back no good either from number 33.
Good hustle. Oh, yes.
Wow. How about that?
Give me the dive on the floor all day.
That's amazing. That got a big cheer out of the Cougars fans to our left.
That just deflates any team. You know?
Oh, yeah. And the officials a quick discussion. And it's going the other way. This gym pretty packed, though, as we would expect with this matchup. You know, Connolly only like about a mile and a half down the street. Another turnover. John Rigo. Uncontested shot. 11 seconds to play in this third quarter. In and out. 3 seconds. And they will get a basket off. How about that finish? What a third quarter for Bishop Connolly. 30 points in the third. Holy cow. And just 7
not the under 14 we were
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, even with your teams, I mean, at the time, for the most part, I was shooting highlights. I wasn't doing as many full games. I don't think I saw a 30-point quarter, even with your guys. That was just really incredible what we just saw for 8 minutes from Bishop Connolly. 60-33 is the score here after 3 quarters. Talk about putting it away early. My goodness. Let's take a look at these crooked numbers here. So now Rigo up to 11 points. That's John, rather. Peter with 3. Myron went off. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 17 for the game. Now
yeah, and he had a quiet first half.
Right, he only had 4 points in that first half. So he's now the game high. Yep, game high. Brown with 6 in the third, 14 for the game. Souza, 8 in the first half, 7 here, so 15 for the game. That's all 5 starters, really.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Peter Rigo's the only one that's.
Creek team this year.
No, Peter Rigo's the only one that's, you know, kind of, I guess you could say, having a quiet night, but the other 4 starters into double digits here. Pretty remarkable.
Peter Rigo is, I mean, he'll shoot it when he's has to, but he's always kind of a pass first kind of kid.
Right.
Which, you know, there's only one ball out there, so.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I always, the teams I had, I always valued Jack Santoro, you know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he probably averaged 4 points a game.
Yeah, and Jack was everywhere.
And I didn't take him off the floor. You know?
Yeah, Jack was everywhere. I don't know if you got to see, I did a like a 5-year anniversary look back 2 summers ago.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
For
Yeah,
the
Brian
champion. Did you
Quinn and
did
them,
I
yeah.
send it to you? I can't remember if I sent it to you.
No, but
Or you saw it.
I saw Tommy Keys.
Oh, Tommy.
And he mentioned it, and so I went on the man website and I saw it.
Yeah, that was fun to catch up with some of those guys. You know, who, graduating college at that point, and
Tommy's helping out with Brian Baptiste and UMass Dama.
yeah, he's been. I think this is maybe his 3rd season,
Yeah,
4th season.
been there, yeah,
Been there for a
now.
couple years now. Yeah,
Yep.
that's no good.
Jack's an engineer in Colorado.
Yeah, that's right. He moved it because he was at Raytheon.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, I think still is, right?
Yes.
It's just a different branch.
Yeah.
So I saw that he moved out there last summer.
Gonzo had walked on for at least 1 year at Stonehill, and then I don't think he played his senior year. But
No, I think he's in school now for, I think, nursing and medical,
Yep.
right? And I saw Brian quite a bit this summer because he's still playing Fribble.
Yeah.
He's still getting to take the mound and and pitch during the summers.
Yep.
Another turnover for the Bengals. Foul. Peter Rigo driving to the basket. He's going to take shots. Now, like I said in the first half, that was my first season, so that's a special memory for me. Getting hired by Fred and Fred TV here and getting to broadcast a championship in my first season.
Good work, Flash.
Second shot no good, but the rebound to Souza.
spreading them out, pass and cut offense. Dribble
Souza.
drive by him. Yep.
Basket good, 17 points for Souza. Diman with 7 fouls, by the way, so final 5.5 minutes here. We're going to see free throws for Connolly on anything. Jamison DeFaria. Kick ball. Nice put in there from Peter Rigo. He's matching his first half point total. Had 3 in the first, now 3 here in the fourth quarter alone, 6 total points. Oh, that one doesn't go from Bimbury. Boy, he really got cold.
Yeah.
He got cold very quickly in this game. He had such a great first half.
The thing is, he hasn't really had many touches. In the
No,
second
you're
to
right.
even get cold.
That's true. That's a good point. You're right. He hasn't really had the opportunities. Really, none of the Bengals have.
Yeah, exactly. How many shot attempts did they really have?
It was Leduc who really, he's the only one who's hit anything from the field. That's going to go, I think.
Call a jump.
Oh, they called a jump ball. All other than Montanez, who got a basket here in the fourth, Leduc with 3 shots made in the third. They've only hit 4 baskets from the field in this entire second half. So, the wheels have really kind of fallen off for Diman.
Third quarter, too. I kind of glanced over and I saw Coach Cabrera kind of getting frustrated because he knew he could just see his kids during that zone pressure.
Right.
Still trying to dribble through it. And you just can't do that. Not against a zone. It's not a man-to-man pressure. It's zone pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to spread the defense out, get somebody in the middle, get 2 players over the top, and they just were panicking, you know? And he called 2 timeouts. You know that's what they were going over.
Oh, yeah.
And but there's only so much you can do on the sideline, especially once the game's, in play. I mean, you only have 5 timeouts, so.
Right, it
is what it is.
As they say, you practice all you can, but once the game comes, it's the player's game. The coach can't get out there and play. The timeouts are your only chance, really.
And he's with young kids, so
yeah.
I haven't talked to him about what his practice is like, but he's drilling fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get, a pretty simplified offense and the core principles of defense in. How much time does he really have to talk about special situations and everything like that? You don't.
No.
Especially in the Massachusetts rule, you can't handle your kids during the off season, which is insane.
Yeah, I know.
When other states can.
I know that. Well,
we all know that's broken.
Yeah.
But
suffice it to say that there are some very strange policies and ways that the MIAA has about going about things.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. But no, I mean it's the same thing with with soccer and football in the summer. It's the same deal. Coaches can't be there, but players are holding practices at the start of August. It's like, well, then what's wrong with the coach being there too?
It's like with that group I had in 2013, 2014, a quarter of our practice we were going over special situations. We're down 3 with 2.5 minutes to go. We're having on the clock, or we're up 4 with 1:05. When you have kids that you don't have to, they're experienced enough and they have the fundamentals down,
right.
You can devote time to handle those kind of situations. So that when they get in them, they know what to do.
Mm-hmm. And you had a unique situation of guys that had played, knew each other since like first grade. So,
exactly,
here,
yeah.
again, this is a different situation and the fundamentals have to be gone over. And I think even with Durfee too, you're seeing the same thing. They got 2 wins, but for the most part, it's been a very disappointing season. There haven't been a lot of games that the Hilltoppers have really been in. Brockton was real 2 tough games. I mean, they just really got dominated for 32 minutes.
Yeah, but take away the Brocktons and the New Bedfords for a second. It's like when you look at the Dartmouths and you look at the Somersets, those are the losses that sting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at past years,
It's been years since Somerset swept Durfee across the board.
Exactly.
Boys and girls. I don't think it's happened since I've been doing this. Basket good for Mateo Humphrey.
And that's not a knock on Joe DeCruz. I mean, it's
of course not.
When you have young kids like that and the hand that he's dealt, I mean, that Somerset team is a good team.
Yeah.
And it's pretty loaded in terms of depth and everything else, something that Joe doesn't have.
Isaac Cowan just into the game as we're seeing really pretty much the benches right now playing.
But when you take the job, that's something that he's going to have to figure out.
Yeah.
How is he going to, build up the interest from the boys club level up and surround himself with the people that are going to make him compete with the Brocktons and New Bedfords and make those non-league wins just you win.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think that is probably helpful is that, like Tom here, Joe over at Durfee has been in the Durfee system. He's not completely foreign to it.
Yeah.
Having been the freshman coach, these guys know him. I mean, they're not, varsity's a different animal, but some of these guys on varsity now do know him. They did play for him. So it's a matter of adapting the styles. And we talked about coaching styles in the first half too, is, for some of the seniors, hey, it's not Jameson on the sidelines now. It's Joe.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be, obviously, different coaching styles. And, the players have some adapting to do as well.
Yeah.
4th foul for Connolly. It puts Cody at the line for 2 shots. He misses that first one as we're under 90 seconds to play in the game. Cougars will be closing out here a dominating win on the road, if you can really call it a road game.
I know.
Another 3-ball put up by Connolly. That one no good by number 22. That's Sam DaCosta. The Cougars will pick up. This is going to be, I believe, their 11th win.
They'll take this road game rather than going to Sacred Heart in Kingston.
Oh, yeah, that's a haul. That's way out. It's out near Silver Lake. And Yep, 10-3 overall. This will be Connolly's 11th win. I like the Durfee game, man, at the end of the season for them, too, because, you know, again, while Durfee isn't maybe as dominant as in the past, it's still a D1 team.
Well,
and I think that tune-up-wise probably be very good for Connolly as well.
No, I know. Let's think about it for Durfee for a second. It's like,
yeah,
whether it's teams I played on or the teams before me, like Tommy Libera's teams or his brother Joey, there's plenty of good Connolly teams from the 90s, early 2000s that were really good in their conference, whether it was when they were in the EAC or when they moved to the Mayflower.
Right.
And they won league championships or competed at a high level, but they never beat Durfee.
Right.
So Durfee has a reason at the end of the year to show up to that game.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure that they don't lose that game.
Right.
You know?
No, absolutely. 3-ball put up is going to be no good. 3 seconds to go, and Connolly will dribble it out. The Cougars with a clean sweep of Diman. This one not as close as it was in the first half. The second half, really a runaway. And, I mean, not many points, of course, in the fourth. Connolly didn't need it. Coach Shea put in a lot of the substitutions. But a really very dominating second half. The Cougars limiting Connolly to just 13. Cougars limiting Diman to just 13 second half points. That's a real tough night. But for Bishop Connolly, the press to continue their surge to the playoffs continues. And, you know, I did ask Coach right before the game. I said, I said to him, tell me what's different from December, because we saw you, it was so early in the year, 10 games later. He says, well, we're really not that different. I said, okay. He says, you know, really, he says, I said, well, having made the tournament this early, does that kind of, you know, release a little pressure from the shoulders and let you guys just play a little more comfortably? He says, no, actually, because now it lets us really work on what we should be working on, so when we get to the tournament, we can actually do something. So coaches, even though you take it one game at a time, Coach Shea is definitely looking ahead sure.
100%.
Absolutely. So, you know, we wish the Cougars the very best. I don't think we have that game at the end of the season on the schedule because it's during break and, you know, the students are on vacation. So probably won't be covering that one, but we'll wish them the best as the tournament will be just around the corner in a couple weeks. Diman as well. We wish them the best going forward. Young team. The future is bright for the Bengals, and we'll see them, I think, one more time before the season is over as well. So, Matt, great to have you finally for a game. It took us a year to do it, but I'm glad that you're able to join me, and we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully I'll be back next year sometime.
For sure. All right, thanks to Nick Dolan, one of our Fred TV students tonight, working the camera here. Nathan Saucier usually works these games with me. He's over at Driscoll right now, covering Diman Durfee hockey. So double duty tonight on this Monday in February. For my broadcast partner, Matt Kurt, I'm Evan Massard, saying so long from Diman. Thanks for tuning in tonight.